So we got to talk about Savannah Hernandez, aka Sav Says on social media, because she was attacked by some leftists because she wanted to do some in-person reporting on what was going on. I'm going to show you part of this entire situation, but obviously YouTube isn't going to like me showing an individual being assaulted, genuinely being assaulted. I mean, she was legitimately like thrown to the ground and like all types of stuff. It looked like she was slapped at one point in time in this video clip. So obviously I can't show you those parts. Common sense. Y'all know how it goes. But I'm going to show you what happened leading up to that. So let's hop into it. I'm also going to show you what happened afterwards, because that is quite interesting as well. And it was like an entire family. It was a dad, it was a mom, and it was like a daughter that were like the main culprits in this whole incident. And let me tell you, they found everything out about these individuals after this happened. Everything. Where the dad works, the social media, the daughter's social media, what college she goes to. I mean, the whole nine, the whole kit and caboodle. But let's hop into this video clip.
What fucking race are you?
So here's the mom. I can't show this entire video also because they're waving around SEXTOYS's. And YouTube wouldn't like that too much. Yeah, they're just waving around big floppy boys. Just it's so like well, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just say strange. Like, why in the world? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave my house with one of these, just and flop it around in front of people that I don't like. Ooh, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean,
Are you Asian?
Why are you saying I don't care about
Because you just said you're an American citizen.
Yes.
People are being
I gotta be careful with the music in the background as well. So just FYI.
terrorized. It doesn't matter if they're a citizen.
People are being terrorized.
Actually,
They're being deported back to their home country. Back to their home country. And these are some of the same folks who will say these countries aren't bad. Well, if they're not so bad, then you shouldn't be concerned about them getting deported back to their home countries.
we do have law and order in this country.
Women are getting raped. Do you understand that? You
Girl,
don't
girl.
fucking give a shit about that. Do you have kids?
Why are you
Would like your
violent?
fucking
It's actually why I
kids
covered the
raped?
border extensively for the last 6 years.
You don't know what
because
the
women
fuck.
do get
You
raped
don't
and
know
you
what.
back
No.
up out of my
You
face.
don't know what the fuck. What the fuck out of my face. No, I'm telling you right now. You don't know what the fuck.
I don't know what's going on.
There's the dad. You just got a glimpse of him. There he is, right there. He's the guy that actually threw Savannah to the ground. I mean he like launched her into the sidewalk.
I don't know what's going on here. This woman came up to me and she's screaming in my face.
This is the daughter. So there, you got all three of them now. Dad, daughter, and you saw the mother just a second ago.
No, it's time to leave.
Shut the fuck up,
So yeah, you saw that. I'm not gonna bore you with the whole video clip because they start waving around the things again and they're just blowing their silly whistles and just a bunch of cursing. Now I want to get into this clip of Tom Homan because he was brought on to Fox along with Savannah and asked about this entire situation. And one thing that I found pretty interesting is that the feds are getting involved with this, and I love it. Check it out.
Tom, this is insane. I saw it firsthand when I was in Minneapolis. These people are terrifying to young women. She's 5'4", and she's lucky she wasn't hurt worse.
And look, you know, and my heart goes out, and this shouldn't happen in the United States. But you know what feeds all this? Mayors and governors and members of Congress who want to vilify Republicans. They want to vilify President Trump. They want to vilify Turning Point USA because they have conservative beliefs. I mean, they attack journalists. Well, they also attack sworn law enforcement officers. We're living in a country now where an ICE officer gets attacked daily. These protests, these attacks not only happen where Sarah was, also happened in Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago. It's an ongoing dilemma, and that's why I'm grateful the FBI stepping in. DOJ is going to seek prosecution on this, because at this point, I don't trust any local jury in a sanctuary jurisdiction. I'd much rather see the feds pick it up and charge it with a federal crime, because the sentence is going to be a lot more stringent and it sends a strong message. But we cannot give up on this. We got to keep prosecuting these people. 18 U.S.C. 111, interference, assault, record high number of prosecutions. We got to continue down that path and hold these people accountable. We cannot accept this as a norm in the United States of America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're allowed, they're allowed to say that we're idiots and, what we believe is silly and, F Trump or whatever. But when you start assaulting people because we vote differently from you, there's a major problem. You've crossed the line. You've officially crossed the line. And so I'm happy that the feds are getting involved with this, right? Because these individuals were initially arrested. And here's a little bit of that videotape right here.
Why are you grabbing her?
You can see here, here is the daughter. This is her boyfriend.
Is she under arrest? Don't touch. Is she under arrest?
She was touched.
Hey, why are you grabbing her?
I'm under rights. I need to know my rights.
Why are you grabbing her?
Hey, wait.
So yeah, they both get arrested. They both get arrested at this scene. Now she was later released, and this is what she had to say.
This is Emma, Angry Daughter, also known as Pedro Strushko. And I was the girl that literally just got assaulted by a piece of Turning Point. And first of all, her ID is expired. 2023 is when it expired. And second of all, I got released. They're gonna like do investigation and all that for video, but I need everybody to send their video that they got of her assaulting me first. And then second of all, my boyfriend that was protecting me, Lorenzo Garcia, the one that was talking about his dad, yeah, they took him for protecting me. I need everybody to get the word out, to go to Hennepin County Jail and help him get out, because he was assaulted and unlawfully arrested for no reason for protecting his girlfriend. Please send videos. Please get the word out.
The word is out. The word is most certainly out. The videos are all out there for everybody to see, and it's not looking good for you. Okay, not looking good at all. Jeez, I can't even show this still. Oh well, here's a good still image. This perfectly represents the entire altercation. Here's the dad, the guy that actually threw Savannah to the ground in a absolutely wild way. But yeah, like I said, they found these individuals, their social media handles, all of that, including they found a clip of the dad on none other than BS Now, formerly known as MSDNC. Check it out.
Sounds like you don't fit the definition of the...
No, I'm not paid to be here like everybody says. What the is that? I gotta work in the goddamn morning, just like everybody else. I'm just here trying to stand up for community, dude. We're all human beings here. I don't give a who you are, where you came from, what color you are. It doesn't matter. This is wrong.
Chris was all of us in many ways, and that video went completely viral, as I'm sure many of you have seen. Clearly, Chris's anger and frankness struck a chord with everyday people across the country who have been feeling the exact same way. Effing fed up. Chris now goes by the nickname Minnesota Angry Man, and he's using his newfound fame to encourage others to stand up for community, too. Ahead of nationwide strikes and protests tomorrow, we asked Chris if he had any words of wisdom to share, and here's what he had to say.
We need some peace and harmony in our state and across our country. We've been dealing with enough tyranny. We're done with that. We need some peace, love, and harmony. Please come out. Please show up. Get off that couch. If I can do it, you can do it. We can march. We can dance. We can sing. We can hug it out. We can swear at the sky.
Peace and harmony. Yeah, that all went out the window when somebody disagreed with you. My goodness. My goodness. So, yeah, feds are getting involved in this entire situation, and I think it's due. I think it's due. Because this has been a recurring theme when these leftists have disagreed with somebody on the right. They go to assaulting individuals thinking that is okay. That is not okay. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to call us idiots, whatever. But when you start putting your hands on people, that is a totally different discussion. Totally different discussion. We should be allowed to disagree with each other vehemently, right? We should be able to have passionate debates. I've had them myself, where there was yelling back and forth, but at the end of the day, we shook hands and we went on about our business, right? We should be able to do that across the board, everybody, right? Not just me and some folks at the barbershop, because that's where the incident actually happened, where, you know, one of my last spirited, you know, political discussions happened, where there was some yelling that got a little loud there for a minute, but at the end of the discussion, we shook hands and we went on about our way, right? No harm, no foul. And that's the way that it should be everywhere. But you see time and time again, these leftists think that it's okay to assault people, harm people in any way, shape, or form, and it's just not acceptable, and it must be stopped. It must be stopped immediately. All right? But y'all get in the comments, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, and listen, shout out to Savannah for getting out here in these streets, but girl, you got to get some security. You got to have some backup, you know? Somebody, the 5'4", you know, listen, and also, she shouldn't have to, but we know how these folks on the left are. We know how they are, you know, so, hey, keep yourself safe, man. Keep yourself safe. Get some security or some bigger individuals to go out and record with you, right? Because that could have went really, 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 really badly, you know, and we don't want to see anything like that, okay? So stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.